Coming 101 here, DJ Acid Burn. Welcome to Dark Rainbow. Like I said, I've been very busy because I got some gigs coming up and shows going to. It's gonna be really. This month has been very, very busy. So today we're decided to do a 2016 Muckman. Now this one has been one of the coolest things that came out. One of them. I'm gonna say one of them because there's been a lot of cool toys that came out in this kind of series. They weren't gonna make these at all. Like, they weren't gonna make it too graphic, or I don't know why. I don't know. You know how people are. Parents are gonna cry, and kids are gonna do stupid things, and then they look at this. It's too graphic. It's whatever. But this, I'm glad they did. A lot of us fans were complaining, like, hey, you know, are you gonna make a Muckman toy? And I guess you could say they finally got to listen to us. Finally made a Muckman toy of the 2016. Now, comparing to the original Muckman, this is not as cool as the original. I mean, I love the details. I love the fact it's a lot more gorier, more sick is what I'm looking for. But you don't have anywhere you could put the ooze. Like, you know, remember the original when you take out the top and ooze coming out of his mouth, or ooze coming out through his stomach? Nothing like that. And believe it or not, people were like, well, what happened to Joe Eyeball? Well, if you remember the series, Joe Eyeball is right there in his eye. Like, that's all it is. Because remember, he was like wondering who, he was hearing voices in his head, and his eyeball just came right out and just started talking to him. I thought that was kind of cool. I was kind of hoping for like another character, just like the original one. Did they do justice in the cartoon? Not too much in the original cartoon of Muckman and Joe Eyeball. But the toy was just beyond fantastic. And like I said, me and my friends were talking about this, how they come out with these really cool ideas for the toy, but the cartoon of the 80s, oh no, I wouldn't say 80s, but more like the 90s, where they make him so stupid looking. Like, look what they did with Slash. What the hell, David? What were you thinking making him looking like that? He looks like somebody who just fixed their trucks and call it a day. But they didn't really make him as cool as a toy. Muckman and Joe Eyeball was the coolest looking toy for that, and then they made them all, I mean, I want to buy the toy. I love the base on the cartoon. It'd be cool. But you just can't beat the toy version, like the artwork and everything. It was so much cooler. But again, this one has a lot of good details. Like, I was surprised they actually painted a few of the stuff here and there. I mean, there's some stuff I could see they didn't paint, but the stuff they actually did paint was actually quite impressive. Like, good job. However, they didn't make a lot of these at all. Like, there's a few out there, and you're not gonna believe this. So, as you know, every Ninja Turtle generation has their scratch and hotspot. You know, the Royal Toy Grail, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's just like, that's the top notch. Like, again, like scratch and hotspot for the 90s Turtles, right? The list goes on. Everyone has their own way. This one was one of them. This one was actually the 2012 hotspot. And it's really weird because if you go on eBay and all that, they want them for like $80 to $100 to $200 and all that. Like I said, they didn't make very much of these. But if you go to like the online, like I would say Walmart or something, it's like $20. So if you need to find them, I'll go do that. But I heard a lot of bad stuff about Walmart not shipping the box correctly because the box is always damaged. See, my biggest regret, I didn't think that this is going to be the super rare one. And I even thought about it, like, you know what, I need to get this character. I really want this character because I thought he was so cool in the cartoon. And it's almost like a Swamp Thing kind of figure kind of thing, if you look at how they made him design and all that. But when I got this toy, I opened it, obviously, and I was going to like pose him and do these really cool art and everything. But yeah, when I found out he's going to be the next hotspot, I decided to go back looking at Walmart, Target, Ross, Big Law. I went everywhere to find another Muckman. It's just sealed in this package. I won't open it. So ever since that, like I said, ever since that, and you notice it's just limited edition, or if it looks like, how do I put it? If you notice that people are actually loving that one toy and you can't find it anywhere, you know something's up, right? That's what they did with this one. Just like when I was a kid, you couldn't find the what was it? The regular April O'Neil with no stripes, blue stripes. It was like that growing up. I can never find the one without the stripes, because I didn't even think about it. Like, oh shoot, you know, we went to Play World, went to toy stores, couldn't find it. Not even a single April O'Neil growing up, and they were doing the exact same thing with this. It's just you couldn't find any more, which I feel very, very, very lucky to actually get a copy of one for my collection. So, like I said, I could buy it online, but who knows? They could be, like I said, I always say this before. Yes, I could buy it online, but how do we know the toy's not broken? How do you know the toy wasn't glued on? Because it happened before, and that made me lose a lot of trust online stuff. Now, if they were given to me by a friend, and they tell me, hey, he's nothing wrong with him, yes, I would definitely believe that. But as far as right now, I just hunting it down, because when I see a toy in person, like flea market, thrift stores, you know, swamp meet, whatever, I actually could check with my own hands and realizing, okay, there's a glue on top. Because I actually got a toy and they actually glued a head. I didn't think about that. I was pretty pissed off about that. So again, guys, if you're going out looking for some toy that could even be rare or whatever, check the arms, check the head, and if you look carefully in the back, sometimes they will have a glue on there, like the really little gloss look to it. That's because they glued it because it was broken and they're trying to refix it, and they want to charge you more than it is. So again, be very, very careful going toy shopping, okay? It's better to do this in person than going online. I mean, online, if you trust a salesperson, that's on you guys. But for me, I'd rather look for this kind of stuff in person, or just given to me by a friend or viewers out there. But yeah. So let me show you up and close what Muckman looks like. It's so cool. I love this guy. Alright, here's your good old Muckman. Dude, I mean, yeah, I didn't paint his tongue, go figure, but is that a surprise for you? No. And like I said, there's Joe Eyeball right there, right on his eye. So cool, they actually put the banana peel on top of his head, because you remember the original, that's what he had. Painted the fish stuck to him. His antennas are sticking out, and you can see his spine in the back. Look at that. How cool. Of course, again, they gave him his old trash man jumpsuit. They painted the frog. I mean, it's all obvious. Plants. His big old feet that holds him up nicely. I guess a little can right there. Looks like a toilet paper, oh, like a toilet almost. But, and I wish they kind of painted the bone part of his leg. I saw one guy who actually has 12 of these, and I got so pissed. I was like, well, no wonder I can't find him. Look at that, piece is stuck to him. I still don't know what this piece right here is, a little square thing. And those shoulders. Look at that, man. That skeleton hand is just so Tim Burton-like. Look at that. His little hunchback blob. I'm not surprised they actually painted the little piece with the yellow spots. Because like I said, they never really do that kind of stuff. But I'm glad you guys did that. See a little vein. I mean, if you have ADHD, dude, this You know, you'll see something new every day or whatnot, but yeah, like I said, I'm just surprised they actually did the little spots here and there with yellow. Now, I don't know, because you know how they are with their paint, where they'll be like, one arm's more darker than the other one. Some of them have paint jobs. Some don't even have paint job like this. So if you notice anything on my Muckman compared to your Muckman of the 2016 one, put your comments down below and tell me, like, hey, mine doesn't have that little touch of a little yellow paint job. What gives, you know? And then us fans who like to buy toys who are the same toy, but you know, we love the whole different paint job or more paint job or less paint job, whatever. This is the kind of stuff we really like. But again, the whole head thing doesn't go up and down like the other ones. It just tilt left and right. The shoulders opens up, down, forward, back. There is no joints for the wrist or the elbow, but we got the legs like that. And again, he's actually really cool looking. You can't find those kind of little things so you can hold him up, which you don't really need to, because look at those feet. He holds himself up. Look at that. Perfect. But like I said, he's very detailed. If you haven't seen the series yet, you might want to look it up. Check out the series, how he became Muckman. And like I said, I was like, the whole time, I was like, well, where's Joe? I mean, are they gonna not count him in? Or, you know, I was like really curious, like, dude, where is Joe? And then, like I said, he heard his voice in his head telling him to do things, and he slammed his skull against his hand, and it's like, well, Joe popped right out, started talking to him, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, you know? It's cute. It's really cool how he's talking to his eyeball and his voices, and you can hear his skull echoing and everything. But again, this is absolutely just cool. Like I said, the only thing that sucks about this is that you can't play ooze with it unless you put it on his belly and then he just ooze it right out of his stomach. You can't put the ooze on top of his skull so it comes out of his mouth. And of course, there's no garbage backpack in the back to attach to, so that, you know, Joe could be in it. No, they didn't paint that piece. Ooh, the little Band-Aid, and looks like a cockroach. No, I'm realizing there's no sewer lid like the original one. There's a little trash bag, bottles. But yeah, again, like, this is super cool. So again, yes, this is the hotspot of the 2012 Turtles. There's more ones out there that's considered like sort of rare now these days, but he is number one. Karai is definitely one of them, because they were not going to make a Karai toy, and they made one with a snake one. We were so happy to have that. And then they came out with this regular human Karai, which that became this like one of the limited edition ones, because God knows why. But there was like 2 different versions of Karai. Well, don't worry about that. We will do that soon, I promise. But again, if I find another Muckman toy sealed or one of open, maybe it's painted differently, I will do another review on this character again. So again, just because I did it once doesn't mean I won't do it again. I would have to say also, I was kind of surprised they actually painted his teeth, because you know they're always like, it don't matter. I like it. Yeah, look at that. How cool. So what's your guys' thought on Muckman? I mean, do you guys think he looks better than the original? Do you prefer the original? Did you guys enjoy like the TV series of Muckman, like the story and how Joe is in his skull, guiding him around, telling him what to do and everything? I want to hear guys' thoughts, so put your comments down below. And if you haven't already, push the like button. It helps the channel. It really does. Every YouTuber like their videos, man, because it helps our channel to, yeah, you know. But we are not done yet. Da-da-da, the original Muckman. Look at the size of these two. As you can see, he does. Well, you know what? He actually does. He has that little laundry pen in his nose. He does as well. But they didn't paint that. Of course, his right eye is bigger than his left. His tongue sticks out, but this is not as much. And look at. He has his little frog on his leg, just like this one. No garbage cannon at all. You can see his little, like I said, they didn't do very much. SOD on his thing right here. I mean, it is beyond detail on everything about Muckman. You can see little skeleton hands. He obviously is a lot darker than the original one. You can see flies, more garbage. And you can see a little bit right through them. Not as much as I like the new one. If you haven't seen it already, 1990. So yeah, this is the original Muckman. Of course, his hands are not painted like a skeleton-like. See nothing but bugs on him. And of course, on his feet, his legs. Like they didn't, like I said, they didn't. Just Playmates, man. They're so cheap on their paint job. You got marshmallow. Mushrooms growing out of him, so he's just tripping every day. Little garbage thing on his ankle, just like the new version. His feet isn't as big, but like I said, he has a little sewer lid attached to him to hold him up better. And his joints, those are typical head movements, back and forth, arms up, more joints on the elbow. So he has more joints than on the original one than the new version. And of course, your typical, voila, this is where you put the slime in. And of course, his backpack, his sewer can backpack on the back to hold Joe back there. And voila, here's Joe. Good old Joe. Look at that guy. Super 7 did a good job on this as well. They actually painted everything. I like the fact they gave him like this New York accent. So cool. I actually enjoy when they actually give the turtles little buddies or a little sidekick, when that's what they're calling it. But yeah, so that's obviously the differences between the original one and the new version. So cool. However, I don't know where I put my slime. I've been reorganizing all my reorganizing all my accessories, put in little baggies and put them with the rest of them. All right, I found it. So let's do this. Take off the lid. We're using the Ghostbuster one again because somehow this thing works like magic. Let's raise them up a little bit better. Do my little sunglasses case. Put this down. Yeah, you can put slime through the grenade launcher, cannon launcher, whatever you want to call it. So let's do this. Let's do one by one because this slime is drying out. So if you guys have any extra slime somewhere, please send it to me. I like to slime my toys. Alright guys, so there you guys have it on the Ninja Turtle Muckman. There is another rumor going around where they actually didn't paint his clothespin on his nose. But I think it probably just got painted off. But I told the guy to send me a picture of it so I could see the differences. Obviously, he didn't do it. But... and I wanted to do a shout out to someone because I was laughing so hard when I saw the review. He made the worst Ninja Turtle toys out there, and he literally like straight up went to Muckman saying he is the worst Ninja Turtle toy that ever came out with, and I had to say I disagree. The only reason why he said he didn't like it because it's so gross. It's disgusting. Oh no! It's like, grow some pair, dude. Like, literally, just grow some pair. It's the 90s. And also 80s and the 90s. That's all it was about, was slime, disgusting things as a kid growing up. You know, that's what it was in our generation. Now, I could tell this guy was very young. And I'm not going to say his name. But I would say that review really pissed us off. A lot of us views. And, yeah. So, crying about Muckman being disgusting because he's puking out ooze. Dude, literally, grow up. It's like, come on, man. It is fun. Oozing toys, oozing anything, Toxic Avengers, like this, like He-Man and their slime, Ghostbusters with their slime, and he's crying about it. It's what made the toy so awesome. And I guarantee you, if you can't do this with Muckman, I guarantee you he would not be as cool and as popular that he is today and growing up. So again, that list was BS. I disagree that Muckman is the worst toy out there. Muckman was the coolest action figure for the 90s. I mean, yeah, he's a little Toxic Avenger. Yeah, we all know Toxic Avenger. Probably get the ideas from this. I don't know. But again, this was the coolest toy that ever came out in the 90s. So if you agree with that dude, that's on you. If you disagree because you're into like the monsters, the gore, the slime, the disgusting toys ever, then we are going to be good friends. Okay? That's all I got to say. We're going to be good friends because you grew up with this stuff. You love the horror movies. You love the disgusting things. And this was, again, was the coolest toy of the 90s. And I'm sorry if you're just going to cry because he's puking. It's so disgusting. Dude, grow up, man. Just deal with it. If you didn't like this kind of stuff, why are you collecting Ninja Turtles? Why are you collecting Toxic Avenger? Why this? Why are you doing that? If you don't like this kind of style, don't collect it. And that's all I got to say. But, again, if you guys are into this kind of stuff, high five, people. You're awesome. This is cool. But if you say, oh, disgusting, but in a cool way, hell yeah. Maybe come on over. We'll watch some Evil Dead 2 movies or, I don't know, whatever. But this, again, is awesome. I'm going to put this up and close. Because like I said, this is cool. Look at that little slime right here. Look at that. You going to cry about this too? This is cool. This is something to play with. Yes, we get in trouble because we get the slime all over the place, whatever. And remember, if you're going to play with slime, make sure the toy doesn't have any fabric. Stay away from carpets. Stay away from paper. Like, if you remember my old review back in 2010, when I was showing off the slime, and I thought it was plastic, but it was actually paper for the back of the mirror thing, and it stained it. Yeah, so be very, very careful with that. I don't want you guys getting yelled at from your parents or get yelled at from your partner because, you know, it happens. Okay? But again, I wish they would do this more with the new Muckman. Like I said, all you could do is just put slime in his stomach and watch him pour out his guts. And again, this is absolutely awesome. So again, put your comments down below. If you really think this is the worst toy ever, if you think this is so disgusting, put it down. Tell me why. Why do you think it's disgusting? I mean, you may not grow up with this kind of creepy monster slime disgusting thing. Okay, that's cool. But again, if you're all about this stuff, all about the skulls, the slime, the monster ooze and everything, the slime was so awesome. And if you're into that, again, we're going to be best friends for a long time. Okay, you know, I grew up with horror monsters, horror movies. I didn't grow up with that SpongeBob stuff. I grew up with stuff like this. Yes, I know. Some parents thought it was disgusting. My parents thought it was disgusting until one day I got my allowance and I'm like, I'm going to buy a Muckman. And I bought myself a Muckman. And boy, did my mom chew me up for that. But that's okay, because he's awesome. So again, put your comments down below. Tell me, what do you think about these toys? Did you not know there was original Muckman? Did you not know that there was a brand new Muckman from the new series? And again, which one is your favorite Muckman? And for me, I'm going to say the original, because you could do all these cool stuff with it. He has this little sidekick buddy. But the new one, he's very, very grossly detailed. And I love that. Like I said, it gives out like the toxic adventure / swamp things kind of thing. I think that's awesome. So again, which one's your favorite? And tell me your history behind the original Muckman. Like, did you get in trouble for the slime being stained on the carpet? Did you stain your shirt? You know, stuff like that. I want to hear your childhood memory when it comes to Muckman. Alright. So again, to be continued. We'll do some more old school and new school. Now I just want to bring you back to the history of the graphic, or what they call it, the most disgusting toys out there. I'm taking you guys down memory lane with me. And that's the way it should be. Okay, guys. Again, yes, I got a little hot-headed there, because when I saw that review, that pissed me off. Like, it really got me mad. Like, dude, seriously, grow up, dude. Oh God, no. But yes, push like we like the review. Put your comments down below. Tell me exactly what you thought when it first came out. Which one did you not know? Did you like both of them? Did you get both of them? Do you even have the new version still in its package? And again, yes, I'm not kidding. This one is the new hotspot when it comes to that generation of turtles. As far as right now, I can't think of anything else to say. Because I just don't know what else to say. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, guys, because I will do more toys, not just Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, He-Man, Master of the Universe. I got some horror movie toys. I got video games coming up. Whatever. So again, history is going to repeat itself on my channel. And I'm going to teach you some stuff you may have forgotten. And I'm going to show you some stuff that's actually really cool to get for your collection. And again, I do show off like my cases, so you actually can make so more room. So if you live in an apartment or you don't have enough room in your house, whatever, I'm going to do my best to help you to reorganize your room to make it look really cool, so you have more room and show it off to your friends. Again, please subscribe to the channel, push the like button because it helps a lot, and comments down below because you guys are freaking awesome. You guys rock. I love you all. And to be continued. And if you want, please tell your friends about this channel and share the video. I have no problem with that. Please share the video. And if you're to do is make it that little goofy review and crying about how disgusting Muckman is, I'm not going to apologize, because this is not the worst Ninja Turtle toy. I will make a worse toy review soon. Once I get all my stuff together, I will make the worst toy that ever came out. And I'm also going to make the best toy that ever came out. I will make a list on my choice of who I think is the best. Alright guys, again, I'm going off topic here. You guys are awesome. Love you all. Thank you for supporting me since, God, 2007 to 2008, going all the way through the history. Again, you guys just amazing people. And I love to see your guys' videos, your collection as well, because I love supporting you guys like you support me. So, to be continued, guys. Happy hunting, everyone. Laters.